We're going to look into a very short demo of drilling using WebFOCUS Designer, so being able to manually drill from one report to another. So a simple way to do a manual drill, is to create your content. So I'm going to start creating first information being the drill target, meaning the report I'm drilling to. So I'm going to go for the retail data. So let me go for for the retail samples. So we're going to pick up the WF retail, and we're going to build a very simple report in here. So to start that report, I'm going to do a very simple bar chart. For that bar chart, we're going to go for a production data, going to the product dimension. So we're going to go for product category, and we're going to go and visualize the revenue in here. So that's our very simple chart. To be able to drill in here, we need to get some filters. I want to be able to drill on something like the year in here. So we're going to go for something like year and month, actually. So we're going to go for year, put year in here. We're going to put month in here as a potential filter. So straightforward. So we're going to save that one. So that's going to be the target element. So we're going to call that target chart 1 to keep it very simple. So save it. I'm doing something simple in here, so we're going to change it now. So we saved it. So we're going to turn it from a report that is a chart into a report that is a table. So we're going to save it again. So now we're going to save it as target table. Save it in here. So we got our two reports being targets. So now we're going to start with the report that is the initial report from which we're going to drill down to the other report. So I'm going to go for create visualization. And I'm going to start with a chart report as well. So as we want to drill from year and month down to more details, I'm going to go for the retail samples again. So we're going to go for the same data. Could be completely different data source as well. So it doesn't need to be the same data, the same database, as long as it contains the same type of data. You could drill from one system to another one. So we're going to do a very simple one. So to be able to drill year and month, we're going to need both information in our chart. So we're going to go for revenue as a measure. We're going to go for year in the chart, and we're going to go for a month in the chart. So let me preview it for a second. So now we got a drill with year and month in here. So a stacked bar for all the data. Looks good. Not from the color scheme, but it's what I want. So to drill, I'm going to select where I want to drill from. So it's usually the best thing is going to be go for the revenue. And on that revenue thing, right click. And there you can configure drill downs. Configuring a drill down, I can now first step select the target. So the first one is my chart target. So the name can be whatever you want it to be. So drilling from here. So we're going to go for something in here. So we can go for content, a page, or URL, or JavaScript. I'm going to go for content, and I want the report to open up in a new window. And the first thing is I need to select something. So it's the target chart, like I selected in here. Now I have to add the parameters. So one thing, if the target report already has parameter, it's automatically suggesting to drill them. If those elements, you see, they're automatically added. If they're not in here automatically, we can delete it for a second in here. If they're not created automatically, you could also select, hey, I want to add them manually. So in here, clicking on the plus, you see again, it's going to read it, it's going to detect them automatically. Otherwise, you can select the parameter in here or enter the parameter, select where to pick that one. You see, that's the time year. It's picked from the field year. So you might want to check those. So there's the parameter, which is going to be the month. I want to pick that one from the month. You see, it's redirected it to the revenue, which is the wrong field. So we're going to go for month now. So I changed that one to year and month. We got the first one. So we can add, or we can keep that one actually. Let's apply it. So if I run that report now, you're going to see if I click on here, it's going to drill down to that lower level on that amount of data. I'm not displaying the year and the month in that filter in here. So that's going to be the difference in here. So that one is 400 something million. So let me close that one. And let's go for a completely different period. Now that's 42 million now. Before it was 400 millions. Of course, you could display the values in the header. I got a different video on how to show the trill values in the header. So you can select whatever you want to. So that's in here, that's the revenue for month 3. In that year, now you see we're in 110 million. So it's drilling down those values. You can have more than one trill in here. So if you want to trill to another report, you can go back to the revenue field, right-click it, go to configure drill down. There's the first one, so I can add a new one. So the second drill menu here is chart. No, sorry, it's not chart. It's table target. So from here, I want to drill down to the element, and I want to go to the table. I got my table. It automatically detected the variables in that target thing, so you can make it wider, say year and month. You have to make sure that you correctly assign them because they're linked to revenue by default. So you want to go for year, and in here you want to go for month. And we apply it, and it's in there. So before we drill, we can go to the table and change the table in here. So we're going to be able in here, let's add something like the year and the month to my report additionally. And let's change the order actually. Let's save that one. So we're going to be able to see year and month in the output as well. So if we go back to our drill report, we can now click on. So clicking on that element in here, you see now I got 2 targets to drill, chart or table. Going to table is going to drill me down to 2023, month 8 with all the data. Going down, going here, 2024, month 1. We're now at 2024, month 1. So those drills are going to be quite flexible. And drills are not limited to internal systems. So I can also go in here and on that element here, I can add another drill down. And that drill down can be a drill down to any external system. So in here, I can tell it external. And I can use an URL in here like, hey, I want to go for HTTP www.google.com. And if you want to start a Google search, I can add a parameter in here. Parameters for queries in Google are always Q. And I can send something like the year in there. So that one is going to start a Google search passing the year down to Google. Not too impressive here, so you're not going to get too much useful results. So I'm not going to really do it now, but that's going to allow you to drill down to WebFOCUS external URL. So you can drill down to an external or an intranet system and pass parameters to that system and have that system just display values from a drill down started from a WebFOCUS report. That's a simple way to build drill downs in WebFOCUS that are manually drilling between elements in here. So straightforward, easy to use, click apply, and now we got 3 of them. You can also combine them with the other drill down. So we have the drill anywhere, the auto drill, the auto link. So if I combine all those drills here with the capability of doing a manual drill, and I'm running that report, and I click on something in here. Oh, actually, it's still loading. Give it a second. It was just still displaying the same result. Let's complete loading it. So having it loaded now, same report, but if I go on one of the elements in here, so one of the drill downs, it's having still my chart target and table target and external, but it also have a hierarchy drill down to all the hierarchies in the report, or the auto links, which are going to allow me to drill to another report. So you see it found a report that's quite similar, and it's suggesting that report as a potential thing. So you can combine all those drill down capabilities within the same report. But important thing, build your target first. Make sure all the parameters you want to pass down are in there. And they have to be in here on the top filter bar. And that's actually it to build your own manual drill down in WebFOCUS. Have fun with it.